White Flint Mall was a shopping mall that opened in 1977 and closed in 2015. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified of my latest videos. Please hit that like button and leave a suggestion or a comment. You might see that in a future video. Thanks for watching, and now back to a regular scheduled program. Family-owned developer Tower Companies partnered with Lerner Enterprises to build White Flint Mall, which opened in 1977. Lord & Taylor was one of its original anchor stores, along with Bloomingdale's and I-Magnin. I-Magnin was only on levels 2 and 3, while Lord & Taylor was on levels 1 and 2. Raleigh Haberdasher also had a suburban branch at the center. Some of the shopping areas revolved around a motif: Georgetown on the 3rd floor and Via Rialto on the ground floor, which were recreations of the urban districts in Washington and Venice. Via Rialto was a block of shops and restaurants stretching from the center court to the main entrance facing Rockville Pike, where Bertucci's and Cheesecake Factory later stood. Both Georgetown and Restaurant Row, home to Intermission Nightclub and Dining Disco in the late 1970s, was the first shopping mall disco in the country. When the first 6 White Flint stores opened in March of 1977, it was still a time of innovation for shopping malls. Just before the opening, the mall owners announced that they would issue a White Flint Mall credit card, the first of its kind, mailing 100,000 applications to Montgomery County residents. A Washington Post story heralded a 20,000 square foot cafe-style dining facility that offers fast food service from 12 different nationalities. Today, we would call it a food court. America and Maryland were already well familiar with shopping malls, but White Flint had Bloomingdale's, Lord & Taylor, and I-Magnin. There were dazzling glass elevators and a strip made to look like an Italian streetscape. When a Red Line station opened in 1984, you could take the metro to the mall, although the walk from the station was no picnic. Other restaurants and fast food vendors populated the mall, including the food court, The Eatery, which went from a darker earth tone color motif to bright neon in the 1980s, as well as a 3rd floor loft overlooking the center court. The mall found creative ways to promote itself over the years. White Flint was the first mall to issue its own credit card to frequent shoppers. To celebrate its 25th anniversary in 2002, the mall released its own Monopoly game, White Flintopoly. 3 decorative water features were located on the first level of the center. The largest was a fountain underneath and around the mirrored escalators, loosely based on the Rialto Bridge and Grand Canal in Venice, in the Via Rialto Mall within a mall. This fountain was low to the ground, which made it prone to children falling in, causing it to be removed when I-Magnin closed. 2 identical fountains were in the center court, one in front of each glass elevator, and removed during a 2004 mall facelift. One oddity about the closure of Borders on April 17, 2011, was the sign that remained in front of the escalator leading to its permanently shuttered entrance that read, "Temporarily out of service." Over the years, major celebrities have appeared at the mall, like Donna Karan and Elizabeth Taylor, as well as MTV's The Real World, Washington, D.C. Wait, can you really call them local celebrities? I mean, are they really famous? I mean, who watches The Real World on MTV anymore? The mall's impact was felt throughout the metro area in places such as Prince George's County, which lacked any regional shopping centers as upscale as White Flint. This led to some spots like Landover Mall and Iverson Mall, receiving the nickname Black Flint Mall, which alternatively White Flint was dubbed the White Iverson Mall. White Flint was a popular destination on Halloween, known for its annual Halloween event with special trick-or-treating and hosting children's magic shows performed by area entertainers including the Great Zucchini and Dean Carnegie, among others. In November of 2011, Lerner Enterprises announced plans to deconstruct the 850,000 square foot mall and its large parking deck and replace it with 4 office buildings, a 300-room hotel, 1 million square feet of retail and restaurant space, and 12 apartment buildings, consisting of 2,500 residences. The developers expect the construction to begin in 2 years following approval and take approximately 25 years to be fully completed. Wait, 25 years to complete? That is a long time. On March 14, 2012, the mall's Bloomingdale's store closed and the building it occupied was demolished in 2013 prior to the mall's closure. The Cheesecake Factory closed in December of 2013.
What was once a crown jewel of local shopping is going through its final holiday rush.
36 years after White Flint Mall opened, most of its storefronts are now blocked off behind grates and tarps as it prepares to close down for good. Montgomery County reporter Kevin Lewis is at the mall tonight with glimpses of the past and the future there. Kevin?
Well, Leon and Maureen, White Flint Mall was a direct byproduct of suburban sprawl. Back in the 1970s, consumers marveled over the fact they could get all their shopping done under one roof, free from the elements outside. Now, all this time later, people want to mimic the likes of Friendship Heights and Clarendon, and it meant bidding farewell to the mall this Christmas. Everyone wants to go out with dignity.
I've tried not to think about it too much.
By the looks of its parking lot, White Flint Mall has little left.
It makes us very sad, but I hear some good things are going to happen, so, you know, life changes.
It was amazing.
Back in '77, White Flint Mall was cutting edge, introducing Judy Lichtman to the food court concept and glass-enclosed elevators.
We just really were impressed by everything here. It wasn't like any place we'd ever shopped at before.
And that's why others voiced their thoughts on social media. Bibba Girl tweeted, "White Flint Mall, I went to its teen disco the first year it opened, LOL." While Chinese Rapunzel quipped, "This is my ideal mall, no stores and no people." In fact, at last count, fewer than 20 tenants remain. Businesses like H&M, Pottery Barn, Dave & Buster's, P.F. Chang's, and Lord & Taylor.
Everyone has a story about the mall.
Lindsay Hoffman, who got engaged at the mall, heads a group called Friends of White Flint.
It's hard to let go of what you love, but I think that once we make it through this redevelopment process, I'm really confident that people are going to be excited.
Lerner Enterprises, which owns the mall, plans to construct a mini city in White Flint's place. 5.2 million square feet of shops, homes, offices, and a hotel, built in 3 phases over the next 25 years. Now, although the mall's owners have not announced a hard closing and demo date, multiple sources tell me both will occur next year. One thing to point out here, Lord & Taylor will stay put through the entire demo and construction process. That's very latest from the Montgomery County Mobile Newsroom in North Bethesda. I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC 7 News.
On August 13, 2014, Dave & Buster's was evicted and was forced to close, leaving only Lord & Taylor, P.F. Chang's China Bistro, and a jewelry store. The jewelry store closed in October of 2014, and P.F. Chang's China Bistro closed on January 4th, 2015, the same day that the mall was closed for good. It was originally planned that Lord & Taylor would remain through the redevelopment process. However, they were involved in litigation with the mall beginning in July of 2013 and went to trial to seek damages on July 28, 2015. On August 14, 2015, the court ruled that White Flint owed Lord & Taylor $31 million. White Flint appealed the court's decision, and the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals unanimously upheld the previous verdict in favor of Lord & Taylor, stating that the mall's owners breached their 1975 contract with Lord & Taylor to maintain the property as a first-class mall until 2042. The appeals court ruled the mall's owner could not establish to a reasonable certainty whether and to what extent Lord & Taylor would benefit from the redevelopment. The opinion also noted the mall's owners failed to provide the jury with a clear picture of when the new town center would be built, how many buildings it would include, and what types of business would expect to lease space in it. The appeals court ruled that $31 million was a reasonable estimation of lost profits and future construction costs to reconfigure the store. However, this never came to pass. Lord & Taylor closed on December 28, 2020, due to the announcement that all of their 38 stores would close. Contractors began the exterior demolition of the mall, beginning with the southeastern parking garage nearest to the former Bloomingdale's store site on July 7, 2015. Demolition of the actual mall building and the remaining parking garages, except the one connected to Lord & Taylor, was finished in January of 2016. Okay, for those of you who have made it to the end of this video, the count is 5 so far. I-Magnin closed in June of 1992. Borders Books and Music took over the I-Magnin location in 93 and closed in 2011. On January 20th, 2014, Lowe's Cinema permanently closed their theater, followed by H&M that same year. So for all you guys who are paying attention, there were 9 former anchors at this mall. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you just watched my video, thanks for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe to Eric C. Productions.